How you doing from wherever you are catching me from? Of course, it is Luzay Andrew Anderson. Super excited, of course, to be here. Just like how I always tell you, most of the time when we come, of course, I start by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night from wherever you are catching us. So, most of the times immediately when we've just started, I always want to just make sure that everything is moving smoothly. Yeah, so as long as you're on, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course good night. As long as you're watching, I want to say thank you very much. Let me extend here. Thank you very much, of course, for watching through. It is Luzay Andrew Anderson. I wanted to be in a good position. Yes. So as long as you're on, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening from wherever you are catching us from. So yeah, just like how we always do it. Yesterday we did in the morning and we did not work at night. But of course, what I can promise you, I think it will be when I think it will be today. Today we'll try our level base, yeah, to make sure that at least at night we also come back once again. Sound, the sound is good. I always want to first check the sound to see if the sound is good. Most of the times, there are times when I do the live streams and I notice that sound was not on. So now I've listened to the sound and the sound is good. And I also wanted to test out something. I'm testing out something. So I'm going to be going a little bit out because I left my phone out. I'm going to be going out a little bit. But of course, the sound is going to be on. I'm going to keep talking to you. I wanted to use a couple of cameras. So I have one camera in the studio. Then I have another one outside. So I want to see if it can really work perfectly. But of course, today the topic, just like how I always tell you, let me get the topic. Of course, the topic is just very simple. Start now. As simple as that. We just don't want to make it so long. Just start now. Whatever you feel like you want to start, you're supposed to start now. And of course, I'm going to be giving you a couple of reasons why you're supposed to start now. Me, when I woke up today, I just told myself, I have to do something. I have to do something. And of course, this is the thumbnail we are using as of now. And of course, I'm telling you, you're supposed to be starting as soon as now. We're going to be talking about, by the way, a couple of things. We are going to be talking about a couple of things. The only thing you're supposed to do is just be tuned in. And I'll be telling you about the group that we are trying to open up. Yeah, I'm going to be telling you about it. So right now, I think what I should do, I'm going to be telling you more of the things because my phone is out. So I wanted to test out something to see if if it can really work perfectly. So this is what we're going to be doing. Let's get. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I'm not seeing the sound. Okay, let me do like this. Okay, okay. Yeah, so what we are going to do, let me just get off just a little bit. I'm still here. Let me take you where I'm going. That's where I'm going, by the way. That's where I'm going. Yeah, that's where I'm going. So I'm going to be going there like right now. So let me go out a little bit. Then of course I'm going to be coming back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, my sound has been on and I don't know why it is not on right now. But let me do like this. Let me see. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Let me see. Okay, let me first get this one off a little bit. But of course, we are going to be having a very long conversation. Yeah. Let me come back here. We are going to be having a very long conversation, and you're going to really love it so much. You're going to really love it so much. And this time around, I'm telling guys, of course, in case you want to start up anything, this is the right time. Yeah, most of the people always want to get a couple of things, but they always put a time frame. They're like, when I get this, maybe I will do that. When I get this, maybe I'll be doing that. But sometimes, we don't have to wait that much. Yeah, we don't have to wait that much. Sometimes you just have to start. And of course, whether things work out or they don't work out, yeah. Let me see. Okay, 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 okay. I think it is failing me. Okay. So right, we are going to do now. Let me go out. Yeah. Let me go out. Oh, what has happened to this one here? Let me go out. Then, of course, I'm going to be getting back. We get back on point. We go so like that. Yes. So let me just go out for a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to be getting back.
Very nice. So we are going to be talking about a couple of things, yeah. We are going to be talking about a couple of things. I wanted to try out something because most times I want to do streams, even when I'm not inside there. But of course, we still get the same feed. We'll understand it a little bit later. So we are trying out new things. We want to connect the entire place so that when we come through, yeah, it becomes very easy for us to be communicating. So let's do like this. Okay. Very, very sorry. Yeah, I've seen the sound is really there. So let me take off this one here. Yeah, the sound has shown that it is there. Let me reduce it a little bit. So the sound is there, and it shows like it's very nice. Though we are a little bit loud. Yeah, we are a little bit loud. So I think now it would have been okay if I stayed the other side. So let me go back the other side. Then I tell you what I really wanted to tell you. Yeah, because now I can notice that the sound is really, 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 really beautiful. Yeah, the sound is good. So we go back the other side. I tell you what I wanted to tell you. Sorry, very, 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 very sorry about that. So, guys, I told you we'll be doing a lot of these live streams, and it is not going to be like we have specific topics that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about almost everything. Yeah, we're going to be talking about everything, anywhere, things that add value on us. I told myself the year 2026 that I want to do things that add value to us. Now, as long as it doesn't add value, we're not going to be talking about that. So I wanted to be here as I tell you this. So most of the times in our lives, we always want to start up something, but most of the times we postpone. We're like, I will do this, but again, you give it a time frame. You're like, if I achieve this, then I'll be doing that. Most of the people have got a couple of content creators, and they've always told me they want to start, but they cannot start maybe because they don't have good cameras. And maybe when they get good cameras, again, they are saying maybe they want to get a good laptop. And again, when it reaches time when they have the good laptop, then they are like, maybe the place where they stay, maybe it is not good enough. So they keep bringing up what I would call excuses, yeah, which is really unfair. You see, we are living in a kind of generation whereby the people who have made it in life, those are some of the things I told you. I'm not a motivational speaker, but some of the things that I basically talk about, there are things maybe I'm learning, and maybe I also want you to pick a leaf, or there are things I'm going through. There was a lady yesterday. I did a lot of reading for the last I think how many, let me see, I did a lot of reading for the last like 2 days. Yeah, for the last 2 days I've been reading a lot, and I think I spent like 2 days minus sleeping. 2 days, 2 days minus sleeping, and I was just basically reading. So there was a lady who was talking, and she was saying that most of the people come up with such kind of excuses. Yeah, they're like, I want a laptop. When they get the laptop, I don't have a good place. When they get a good place, I don't have a good camera. When they don't have, and basically we don't need all that. You just have to wake up early morning and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start. And when you start, on anything, when you start on anything, I have a sister who always told me about starting, but I will not go into that story for some reasons. Yeah, but she told me, let me say you want maybe to build. The only thing you're supposed to do first acquire land, and if you acquire land, what is next? Then she said, you can start buying cement. When you start, you get that morale and the zeal, to keep going. But most of the times, we are in our comfort zone. Maybe we are scared what people will talk about us. Maybe when we fail. So most of the times we don't want to fail. But at the end of the day, we forget only one thing, that there is no person who has made it. Yeah, there is no person who has made it in life and they didn't fail. For the people who are willing to get ashamed, yeah, when you're willing to get ashamed, if you're willing to be mocked, because you get experience out of failing a lot of times. Yeah, so when you try out something and it doesn't work out, most of the people could mock you. Most of maybe our friends, our relatives, our sisters and brothers, they would tell us that is impossible. But when you do it, maybe you fail at it. Then again you do it. Then again you fail at it. Now you're getting experience that the next time you're going to be doing the same thing, it is going to be a little bit different. And as I told you, and as I always say, that most of the people want the winning team. People want to associate with people who are winning. I saw still again another guy, I think he was like in his 60s when he started social media. He was in his 60s and he told, the granddaughters, and then told also his son that, he was going to start social media. Most of them told him that, you're not going to make it, you're not going to get followers. Before you know it, of course, by the time I watched his videos, he was like in a million, people who are following him on Instagram. So at the end of the day, we all have these excuses. Sometimes most of the people fear even putting up videos, and they're like, they'll get maybe 0 views. Yeah, but it is something we talked about, but because someone wanted me again to talk about it, that's why I felt like maybe I can talk about it again. If you do something continuously, yeah, just like in any other thing, when people open up churches, when people open up mosques, when people, open up schools, when people, all these other things, it is not like in an overnight, there is nothing like an overnight success. You do the same thing. And if you realize, by the way, if you think about it carefully, you will notice that most of the people who have done things and things have worked for them, they basically started off when people were mocking them. I've seen artists, I've seen comedians, and some people used to tell them that, maybe you're not comic enough. And, they kept on it. Most of the people who basically end up failing, they're the people basically who just don't try. But you just have to try, and you're like, let me do this, let me see. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, well and good. Again, you repeat the same thing. That's how you get the experiences. Yeah. And when you get the experience, of course, no one is taking that from you. It is yours, and it is yours forever. So when you fear being laughed at, yeah, most of the people fear being laughed at, they fear being mocked at, they fear, but it is the people who risk it. And if you notice, because when I was watching the lady talk about those things, I went and I started looking out for the people who have made it. And most of them, sometimes people look at them and they're like, they tell them whatever you're doing, maybe it doesn't make sense. Yeah. I always give examples of Elon Musk. Yeah. He wakes up early in the morning and then he's like, guys, I want to go to the moon. And everyone is like, you're mad, you wake up early in the morning, then you go to a music studio and maybe you want to start. More so when it comes to content creators, you fear, you're going to get 0 views. But let me tell you how the logarithm works. If you keep doing it and doing it, you don't have to tell your friends. You don't have to tell your friends. You don't have to tell your relatives. Just do your thing. There is another guy still again. I think I saw that one today. And when he opened up, I think for him, he opened up a YouTube channel with TikTok. And then the relatives and, the parents told him that still no one is going to follow. They told him that whatever he's doing online is kind of how should I call it? It is kind of demeaning him, yeah, because people are like, when you do that, then how, as long as you have this thing of how will people judge me and what will people say, you will never start. I'm telling you, you will never start. So at the end of the day, one thing I've noticed, just start on anything. Just start on anything. Very soon, maybe, very soon, for the people who've been following, maybe we'll be celebrating something, and I'll be telling you, and it will be a big milestone when it comes to my life. It is something that I kept doing, and I'm like, definitely to work out. Definitely to work out. And now I'm kind of seeing results. So at the end of the day, no one is supposed to take you down. No one is supposed to take you down. And the things you consume, yeah, the things you guys watch, man, the things you guys watch. Me, I decided, and I told myself that, you know what, right now I'm not going to watch anything as long as it doesn't add value onto me. Because you could find someone, watching, people saying their stories and, which don't add any value to them. But they are watching those stories and they wake up early in the morning and then they are scrolling on their phones and they are watching the same people who don't add on any value to you. So it is really, really, really very upset. By the way, as I told you, you have two cameras. There is one the other side and then there is one here. So I wanted to try out something so that even if I'm outside, I can still work, and I switch cameras. So it was always giving me hard time. That's why I was always using just my phone. But now, when I woke up, of course, I had to take Tyler. We woke up a little bit late. We woke up like 5 minutes and the van had left him. So I had to ride him to school. So immediately when I came, I think I reached home by like 8 exactly. So 8 exactly, I went through and I was like, I want to learn how to use my phone, add it on a webcam, then do a smooth live stream. So I'm just trying it out to see how good it can work, so that even when I'm not inside, of course, we are having the same picture. So basically, most of the people, that is the word. Most of the people are like, if I do that, how will people look at me? And it is the same thing, still again, I keep telling you, if you mind people and what people will say, these people forget. They forget in a blink of an eye. They've forgotten what happened. They've forgotten. But when you try, because you can never know whether you can do something, not until you try it. Yeah, you can never know that you can do something unless you try it. You can never know. If maybe you go to a driving school, you can definitely learn how to drive, and you drive. So you just have to try. But most of the people fear trying because how people will treat them, and they are thinking about the results and the repercussions. And most of these people that we think about in our heads, most of the times they don't even care. They don't even give a fuck. Some of these things I've learned over time, and I'm like, sometimes, okay, me, I'm not the kind of a person who says like, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. I'm not the kind of a person. I don't regret nothing. But the things I've learned over time, and it is also being intentional, that the kind of content I consume, the kind of things I read, I'm being so intentional. Currently, like right now, in the year 2026, I'm telling you, everyone who is going to make it and everyone who is making it, they are on social media. Yeah, remember, one thing you guys don't know, that of course Mark Zuckerberg is having like over 300 billions? I think, is it 300 billions? I think it is 300 billions. But guess what? The consumers, or the product is us. Yeah, the product is us. That it is us that consume a lot of the content that they put up there. So it really hurts me very much. For the guy, by the way, for the guy who WhatsApped me and was telling me we talk about the same topic and a little bit, and like, most of us, we are the consumers of that content. And at the end of the day, if you basically consume more than you produce, then that is really bad. At least you could tell yourself, let me tell you, me, I've seen people, I've been following people, yeah, maybe because I got a little bit laggy and I was in media a little bit early, but I've seen people start and people have made it. So even if you get a couple of videos and you record yourself 5 videos maybe a day of just 10 minutes, 10 minutes, because if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't put yourself out there, in this kind of generation we are in, whereby we have even AI, I'm telling you, you are the brand. I watched those videos, I think now for 2 days, when people talking about, content and all that. Right now, young kids are making it. Why? Because for them, they don't fear being judged. Me, the time I notice and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do the things that really make me happy. I'm going to do things that, and I don't care whether someone has judged me. I don't care what they say about me, as long as I'm basically doing something that I want. Most of the people want to do a lot of things, but basically starting is one of the things, maybe they get so much scared about, and they're like, when you see anything, when I saw videos I did very many years ago surface again currently, and they've been 12 years ago, 15 years ago, time frame really sunk in my mind. But whatever we do, I wasn't the kind of a person. Most of the people who are in their teens or in their 20s, if you tell them, if you do this, maybe if you plant eucalyptus, maybe you plant coffee, but as long as you tell them that they are going to be benefiting in 10 years or 15 years, it looks far, It looks far. It feels, you feel like it is really far. But now, for now, me, it is really very bad to realize some of these things when we are already grown up, because you're like, if I did this right now, it would have been paying off. But because by then we used to think it is too far, then we don't try. Just like learning new skills. I want to learn new skills. There are things I really feel like now I want to learn. But maybe it comes to age, And most of the girls, even the boys, we always want to do what we call comparison. We want to compare ourselves with others. And what hurts the most is that we compare ourselves to them depending on social media, because of what someone is posting. There is a video I saw, I think it was again yesterday night, and there was a girl who went in a car bond and then got one of those Porsche cars, and was like, he's going to take it for a road test. And when she took it for a road test, she just took Snapchat and then photos and then videos, and she was talking on the girlfriend's day how it's the boyfriend who bought her the car, which was really a lie. So we're living in this kind of life of pretense instead of doing the things. Now you're there, you're comparing yourself with people who are basically pretending, and they are living a fake life. So you get scared to start, because maybe you want to start doing tailoring. You want to do tailoring, but you're seeing your fellow girls, going to vacations, they are in Porsche cars, and then you're like, how will they see me do this? But remember, at the end of the day, if you are original, if you are original, your life is real. Let me tell you, these things always pay off. These things will definitely pay off. You just have to do what you have to do. Just start. Anything you feel like you want to start. Of course, we all start, we have those which we call the baby steps, You're not going to just fly just like that, You're not. You start, you start slowly. They are called baby steps. So most of the people really fear to start because of what people will say. Oh my goodness, the way I hate that thing. What will people think? I have a friend, I think it will be bad to talk about him, but he wanted consultation about social media. Let me tell you, most of the people have made a lot of money in social media. For the people who missed that video, maybe you would go back and watch it. If you do, visibility is the A thing right now. Visibility is the A thing right now. Do you remember the times? Because now I'm very sure for everyone who is watching right now, there is that one person you keep watching. You watch them almost day in, day out, every video that they put up. But of course, you wouldn't have got to know about those people had they not been posting. Yeah. So you have to post. You have to post. And everyone has something they like. Yeah. Everyone has a hobby. So you just do what you want. Now, me, the reason why I keep talking about the things that I talk about is because that's what interests me. Because now I have a son. I keep reminding you, of course, I'm a single dad. Yeah. Dedicated there 24 hours single dad. So because I have my kids, so most of the times the things I'm thinking about are things that really add value to me and him. So I'm looking on how to learn to handle finance. Those are the things that I never really, gave my time to. But now I want to learn how to handle finance. I want to learn how to, run business. I want to learn how to, live safe, and not really in abundance, but when I can basically live. Though I told you most of the people are surviving, just like us, just like me, we are all just surviving. But it is important you do those things that you feel like you want to do. What people will say and how people will judge you, when you win and you definitely do it, then everyone will start talking. Hey, yeah, we notice you make it. We notice you make it. But when there is totally nothing, they don't believe in you. That's why most of the people, when the numbers are there, that's when they want to come in. So when it comes to you, that's why I told you, me, this year in 2026, for the people who have been following for all those years, by the way, you've noticed, yeah? You've noticed that we've been really changing over time. We've been changing over time. So the year 2026, I was like, yeah, people do it for money. I can do a lot of things and, I can make some money. But I'm like, now it is past making money. Now I feel like I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave an impact. There are those things that we used to do when we were young, yeah? There are those things we used to do when we were young, maybe because we did them, maybe because we were young. And then when we get kids, then things a little bit change. When we get kids, because now the things that I thought were important, right now they are not that important. So now I'm doing things to make basically my son proud. You get that when he grows up and he watches the videos maybe that I used to do, and he wouldn't really judge me. He would be like, wow, daddy, that was really beautiful. That was really nice. But now, right now, most of the people, I want to put it like this, because I want the sun to be there so that I'm not so dark. So at the end of the day, man, don't let anyone tell you cannot do it, it is impossible. There is nothing impossible. As long as someone can do something, you can as well do it. I'm telling you the truth. As long as someone else can do it, even you can do it. That's why I put up my WhatsApp number there. And for the people, by the way, who want to join our group, yeah, because we are creating a WhatsApp group whereby we'll be empowering each other, we'll be adding value to each other. And also for the people who are into content creation, that maybe if you do a video, if you're going to do a TikTok live, you're going to do a YouTube live, we can all come and support. Because now I was looking at least 50 people. After getting 50 people, then we'll go an extra mile of making it 100 people. And when we get to 100, then we are done. So that we can support each other in this kind of ecosystem. You guys don't know. Me, I spend, I think, 99 of my time alone with my son. 99. The only 1% is maybe when we've gone at the shop, or we've gone to get dogs food. But most of the time, I'm alone. That's what something we talked about sometime back when I told you, like, you have to isolate. So you notice that even the things you think about, the things you want to achieve, the things you use more of your brain, and you see the world and you see your life like a reflection. Now, the things that maybe you thought were really that important, and they're basically not important. And maybe the things you thought were not important, and they're basically important. Most of the people I saw, I had a friend I talked to yesterday, and she was telling me how much she wants to really work and secure her future. And I'm like, sometimes, now who is calling me? I don't like this. Someone is calling me. Someone is calling me. Just don't like it. Let's go the other side. I just don't like it. When someone calls, when we are doing this, I feel bad. So what we're going to do, let's go this side. So we switch camera. Let me hope it was really working nice. Let me hope so. Because I was trying it for the first time. Yeah, I was trying it for the first time. Okay, we are here. So we do this. Okay. Now we are going to switch camera like in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, of course. Now we've changed the camera. So someone has been calling. Let me give you the topic here. The topic that we've been talking about. I picked this phone call, yeah? Just for a while. Let me pick this phone call. At least it has shown it's been working. Let me do like this, like this, like this. Let me first pick this one. 1 second. 1 second. Then we are going to be coming back now.